Welcome back to this edition of Cardinal Clips, and we're going to be talking with Rudy Vigil, who's one of the founders of the Read Along program and have been working with it for a number of years. Thanks for coming, Rudy.
It's good to be here, Jerry. It's been interesting how the whole Read Along program has kind of evolved from when we first started it, a year and a half ago, to what we're doing now, and it's been successful, and collaborating always pays off.
Well, as one of those people who has done the Read Along a couple of times, I know how exciting that program is, and has it been relatively involved with a lot of community members, and how many do you think have participated?
We've had over 80 readers so far since we've started, and we've had over 300 books, and people see it on TV and want to volunteer to do that. We've been to a number of organizations, the community service groups, and talked with them, and we recruit people that way too, because we do need 6 readers every month, and they read 3 books. Usually it's about 20 minutes, and it's been real successful. People see it, it's on quite often, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to get it streamed on the website now too. So in case you don't want to watch it, or you can't watch it on TV at a certain time, it's always going to be available right on the internet for anybody that wants to watch it whenever they want to.
Rudy, I know how the Read Along works, partly because I've done it, and I've got a granddaughter who loves watching Grandpa and Grandma read on TV. Can you explain a little bit how it works?
Well, the Read Along works is Jody Wambeck basically sets up the readers and assigns them 3 or 4 books, and then the people can actually, pre-read those, take them home, practice a little bit, and then we have our camera that basically just shoots them introducing the Read Along. They go into the story, and at that time we do close-ups of what they're reading, and they just read their 3 books, and then at the end of each Read Along we have a little tip for parents for reading and educating and all those good things, and it's pretty harmless. Only takes 15-20 minutes to do it, but it's been real successful, and people have enjoyed seeing it and also participating in it too.
After you get it taped, I know there's kind of a set schedule for when they're on. Could you kind of give us an idea on when they can watch it?
Usually it will be running on Channel 8 right now, and it runs Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we just keep looping the programs out. Sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes it's in the early evening, but it does run on Channel 8. And again, once we get it streamed on the internet, it's going to be nice because it'll be available for anybody at any time that they want to. They can watch all 6. When they run on TV, they usually only run 1 or 2 at a time, sometimes from 11:30 and then noon, so we can catch the kids before they take their little naps in the afternoon. So in fact, we even have some people that have been watching it in our nursing homes too. We've got a real good response that's saying that they really like to watch it, even though it's children's stories. It brings them back to their youth, and it's nice to hear those comments. And people that read get a lot of comments that they say they saw them on TV and they did a good job. So it's been a great collaboration between the city, the school, the Early Childhood Initiative, Early Childhood Family Programs, and it's branched off into another read along that we do, which we do with Britannica Digital Learning, Encyclopedia Britannica, and it's an English immersion program, and it has animated characters called Ben and Bella, and it's been great because we're trying to use that program within the school district here to work with our early learners, early readers that are coming in the district that don't have the capability of being able to speak as much English as they can. So that's been real great, and it's been a real big hit so far. In fact, we even won a national Telly Award for it, and we're proud of that. Combination again of all the collaborating that we've done and being able to work with that, it has been great, because with all the people that are a part of it, to get an award like that is nice, because you can share it with the community too, city, school, everybody.
Really nice trophy. Who presented it to you, to us?
Well, the Telly Awards are an organization that takes the highest standards in film and video throughout the world, and it's based in New York. They allow entities to send in their film, their video, and then you're not really competing against other entities like Discovery Channel or ABC, NBC, ESPN, and those kinds, but you're competing against those highest standards. So you can either win a silver telly, a bronze telly, you could be a finalist, or you can win nothing. So we set it up so that we entered it into the toughest category, which is film and video, which I kind of wish I wouldn't have, but when I ended up finding out that we got the bronze telly, it really made it pay off. It's a lot of work that we do. In fact, it takes around 10 to 11 hours to produce a 18 to 20 minute show, and it's a combination of being here at the Jefferson Learning Center, back over at the Channel 8 studio editing, and putting everything together with myself and Jody, and then Gina is also one of the presenters that we do activities with, and it's a great program, and it's not only award winning, but it teaches kids, and that's really what the most important thing is, teaching them the English language and trying to get them to move forward and progress in their learning.
You mentioned earlier that we had formed a partnership with Encyclopedia Britannica. How did that come about? Do they do that often with a lot of people? What do you think the outgrowth is going to be?
Our basic connection with Britannica came from the TIES conference, which is a technology conference every year. It's odd for me as a city employee to be at an education conference, but that's basically where I learned most of the video and editing and those things. Why not, learn from a teacher? It's easy to do. And I was there looking for a publisher for the regular read-along program, and ended up finding Britannica there, and talked to the national sales rep and then the Midwest rep. Told them what we were doing with our read-along, wanted to know if we can actually work with one of their other databases, which the school district here is using right now. It's a Britannica Online School Edition. Next thing you know, myself and Jody are on our flight to Chicago to meet with the Senior Vice President of Publishing to talk about some of the things that we were talking about doing with the read-along. They showed us the Online School Edition, which is a great database, has all sorts of activities and things. And then they also showed us the Ben and Bella program. And I looked at Jody and said, we got to do that first because it's already all produced, and we kind of ran by what they were going to do, and they said, yeah, sure. They've never done it before. They don't have any video experience. They have all the research people and all the tech people that they do with their websites and their databases, but it had never been done before. So they gave us full access to what we wanted to do. We kind of ran with it. We're currently have 4 programs done. We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to go back to the original idea of the online database with the Online School Edition, and they have a pre-K 2 area that we're going to actually work with. So it's exciting. It doesn't happen, and so we've actually created something, and we're moving on and expanding it, and who knows what's next. We'll keep trying to do things with all the different entities, and make something that's going to be successful. It's going to be interesting to be a part of, and also most importantly that the kids are going to learn.
So Rudy, what do you hope in general the outcome is going to be? Because put a lot of work into it, expanded collaboration among the community. What do you hope the outcome is? The main reason why we're doing this?
Well, we really want to promote literacy. We want to make sure that we continue to have the community involved, the school, the city, and have kids learn 10,000 words by the age of 5.
Just to jump on top of that, Rudy, I think we also want them to read 1,000 books by kindergarten too, don't we?
We do. We want to have them learn as much as they possibly can, and to be ready for their first grade, second grade, and graduate with honors.
Yeah, I want the kids who make the most money to support me when I'm retired. So, but your program, our program, I say yours, but it's really ours. Our program does a lot to create a really good quality of life in this community, and it helps do that. And I appreciate all the work that you do, because I know it's not something that just takes you 10 minutes to get it done. It takes you hours. So thank you.
Thank you for being here and being a part of the collaboration too. In fact, Cardinal Clips started 12 years ago as a collaboration between the city and the school. So we're very familiar. Joel does a great job, and collaboration always pays off. It always wins. It's a win-win for everybody.
I would agree. Thank you.
and welcome to Read Along, a program brought to you by Willmar Early Childhood Initiative and WRAC 8. I'm Jan Clark. Sit back, relax, and listen as we read some of our favorite stories. Now today the books I'm going to read were written by Dr. Seuss. Remember, the author is the one who wrote the book. So he's the author and he's also the illustrator of these books. Now something special about Dr. Seuss is he liked to play with words. And the words that he played with in this book are opposite words. If you don't know what opposites are, I'll give you some examples, like high and low would be opposite. Hot, cold, fast, slow, night, day. Those are all opposites. Sit back, relax, listen while I read to you the footbook. Listen for the opposites. Now another thing that he liked to do as an illustrator is he drew interesting animals and people. And if you look at this, it looks a little bit like an animal you might see, but not quite. So enjoy the illustrations and listen for the opposites. Here's our title page, The Footbook by Dr. Seuss.